Cork in the North, Cork suckers, welcome to this special episode. Hosted, you know it's a special episode when I'm hosting it. You know, the lunatics are running the asylum now. We're going to name every person on Epstein's list, starting with people from Ireland specifically. Speaking of two people who might be on it, my guests today, Andrew Ryan, Chris Kent, Cork comedians, Cork stalwarts. What an introduction, by the way. You're welcome for that.
Yeah,
he's going to have that.
Great one.
Yeah, you're
that's
right.
Really
you keeping well?
I'm very good.
Before we get into meeting these two young, I say young, not too young, but middle-aged rapscallions, we have some sponsors that we'd like to talk about. Our main sponsor today, the Doyen. As these guys know, I have a large passion for pubs. I've always been very passionate about them. And because of that, the Doyen have very kindly give us a code, Cork25. When you go to the Doyen between Wednesday and Saturday, you'll get 25% off your bill. That's
it's food bill.
Just the food. No drink?
No drink.
Okay.
Still a bloody great deal.
Yes, super deal.
Unbelievable deal.
Super deal. And we love our friends and partners at the Doyen. Formerly the King's Head. Am I right about that, Sean?
Yep.
My dad was once a bouncer at the Doyen.
Was he?
Yeah, he was, yeah. My dad used to fight, and I don't know how it turned out the way it did, but he's a big, tall, tough guy. So
I've met your dad, yeah.
You met my dad.
He's not the kind of type of dad that I would have thought would have been your dad.
No, Louis Spence, you'd be like, that's his dad.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Louis Spence,
Graham Norton, that's his dad.
Alan Carr,
you know,
that's your dad.
Yeah. But yeah, so we love the Doyen. There's the comedy club there. You can go fucking pints, football, whatever.
Rugby.
Everything's happening there. Good place. They've did the whole thing up. So get yourself down. Tell them Cork in the North sent you. Cork 25% off your food bill. Now, with that being said, Andrew, if we any other sponsors need to shout before we get into it?
No, we just got the one sponsor. So thanks to the Doyen Pub for sponsoring and supporting this podcast. We're fans of the Doyen and they're fans of us.
Quality over quantity.
That's all we need. Yes. Chris, have you ever been to the Doyen Pub, Chris?
Never heard of it until now.
And he never will be. And he never will be.
Heard of it now loads of times.
He's here for a couple of days and he might pop in tomorrow for a bit of food.
You never know.
Yeah.
Might take him tomorrow. We're going to be going down there soon to do a podcast anyway. So.
There we go. There's always things happening. Yeah. Two comedy powerhouses of Cork right now. This is if a bomb went off in this room right now, the Cork comedy.
I'm Phil Neville to him being Gary Neville.
Right. I don't know football well enough to know what the reference of that. I know that they played in the same Man United team, won the treble together. I was there for that. Are you a Man United fan, Chris?
Yeah, not as much anymore, like into football. But
do you remember where you were when the treble happened? I know this is probably terrible for our female audience, but it's funny that, is it? That's like a core.
But still one of my top 3 or 4 nights of my life. I cried.
Did you?
I cried. Really.
What age would you have been though?
1999. I was 16.
You were crying.
I cried. Yeah. I threw a cushion against the mantelpiece as well. I knocked because when we got the first goal back, I got a cushion. I was jumping because we got to draw. You know, like we're going to extra time, like. And I had a cushion in my hand, and I was like, yes. And then whatever way I swung my arm, the cushion hit a clock up on the mantelpiece.
Oh no!
And then I remember standing up and then be getting the corner and then the flick on and then Solskjaer, the flick on from Teddy Sheringham and Solskjaer. Yeah. I actually couldn't process it.
So you just broke down in tears, crying?
Absolutely mental. I loved it. That was one of the best nights of my life.
Chris, do you have equal emotional connection to the treble like Andrew does?
I think I was getting grinds or something. I was actually getting grinds for some reason.
What's grinds?
Grinds is like help with your exams and stuff, you know, like extra tuition kind of
tutoring.
Yeah, you get private tutoring.
Yeah, like
so it's called grinds.
There was 3 or 4 of us getting grinds, and
grinds up here is very different.
I saw the rest of
the
match.
It's an app I have.
Is it?
Yeah.
What's grinds up here? Or grinder?
You know. Don't you agree? What is it again?
Hey, I'm always on it. I did a podcast with Shane Todd and Megan O'Neill. Megan O'Neill is. How would you describe her?
She's an OnlyFans girl.
Okay.
So
right.
Shane Todd, by the way, I have to give credit to Shane and the 1L Studios production team here. They made the perfect casting choice decision of getting an OnlyFans girl onto the podcast, and they put the most vanilla Cork missionary man right straight next to her.
Blessing myself before I go in.
Yeah, which I actually think was the best choice. That's the right thing to do, I think. Tell me... Before we do this, do you know Chris was approached to do porn? Yeah?
Yeah.
Where
yeah.
and like, give me the scenario. Like, is it down Cork?
Yes.
They shoot porn down Cork?
Well, they were trying to anyway.
It's a recruitment centre.
They were trying to.
How many years ago was this?
Startup. This was 2000 and it was about 2005, I think. So long enough time ago. I have done material about this. I was on a building site and we were wiring lights for a fashion show, you know. And this guy came up to me and he was like,
"We're all porn scouts happen."
He was kind of like, "Listen." No, he didn't go. It wasn't straight for porn, you see. He was trying to ease me into it.
Indirect, yeah.
Yeah, he was like,
porn,
you got a good package, right? So he was looking at my crotch a lot, apparently.
Through the jeans?
No, I had a pair of Snickers work pants on. And well, they weren't tight, actually. They weren't tight.
Did you say Snickers work pants?
Yeah,
you know the work pants is the combats and stuff. It's a brand, yeah.
It's workwear. It's workwear. Anyway, he came up. He was like, "You look, got a great package on you there," and I was like, "Thanks." You know, that's kind
2005. That was okay, by the way.
That was absolutely
Celtic
fine.
Tiger,
you know.
Yeah.
But see, what it actually was I had unoperated hernias in my groin.
Right.
So that was kind
So
of.
it was
I
all
guess
sort
that
of-
was kind of showing everything off, an extra kind of little bump. On top of an above average size anyway, would have been drawn comments from people, but
Unoperated hernias, holy fuck.
But I obviously didn't tell him that. He said, "Would you be interested in modelling underwear first?" So I was like, "Okay, for a catalogue, it's from here down." I was fit at the time. I used to box and stuff, and he was like, "From here down, we'll get you on a magazine, like you know." And then I was like, "Yeah, why not?" You know, why not?
Yeah, bit of cash, bit of money.
Bit of money. So he's like, "Call up to my hotel room tonight, and I'll go."
This was High Dahmer.
Bring some
people.
underpants and bring some shorts. So I went up and it quickly changed to, would you ever be interested in doing a bit of porn at all? And I was like,
Mate, what a transition.
It's the most Irish thing at all now.
As quickly
as
quickly
That's all.
as that.
Feel free to say no.
Yeah.
But it was fairly.
Go on.
When I said no, it was fairly like, go on, should be great. I was in a relationship at the time and everything. I was like,
great.
no, I've
You got
no
the
interest.
Mrs. Doyle of porn casting agents.
I have no interest.
Did he talk to you about money at all?
Yeah, it was decent money as well. Now like that.
what was it?
Can you tell us
I
the
can't
coin?
remember. I actually can't remember, but I remember being good money. Like in the thousands, you could make this easily.
Okay.
We can, you can kind of protect your. You can be kind of your anonymity or whatever. You know what I mean? We
Put a bag over your head.
You can wear. You can kind of if you want.
Like Blind Boy
You
started.
can kind of hide. Yeah.
Famous porn actor, Blind Boy.
Good evening.
What's going on now?
He was very persistent about it though, and I kept saying no. I'm like, it's cool, man. I really don't want to do this.
Was there an option to go back to do
No,
the
there
underwear?
wasn't. There was never that work, you see, I would say. He was just full sure I would take the.
Did he show you pictures of any of the girls? Like,
No, he didn't. He just said, "Do you want to do some porn?" I said, "No." He said, "What about?" I think he did actually go for another angle. He was like, "What about like just some hard-on shots for a magazine?"
Yeah.
And I was like, "No, I think I'm good now." That was it. I walked away from a life of potential life of being in pornography. You know.
I just love the fact that there's this talent scout who's been sent on.
I'm not sure if he was a talent scout. I would say a pervert, probably.
Yeah, probably. But in my head, it's a talent scout who's been sent from this agency over to Cork, and he's ringing up every day, going, "Oh, it's fucking dry over here, mate. There's no talent to be seen."
Yeah.
And just this worker walks past this big bulge, and he's like, "Listen, my fortunes have changed."
This young herniated Chris Kent just
But
walks into his life.
How did you? Like, did you have to go back then the following day and do the lights?
Oh,
Did you see him again?
We set up a fashion show, so we were kind of gone out of there then. Like, I saw him on the Echo, on the paper the next day. Like a little picture of him with all the other the models, I suppose, that he was walking with, and I was like, that's the guy. That's
Did
your
you think
man.
he was trying to get the models to do porn?
I'd say he was definitely trying to get me to do something. Anyway, he had some kind of side hustle on here where he was like, "Yeah, you could do a bit of that. You could do a bit of pornography."
Was he from England or Ireland or?
He was Irish, as far as I can remember. I must look into. It was
So funny
something
that
I went-
because you don't like when you think of porn and things like that, you just think of America and the UK.
Yeah.
You don't think of Irish porn.
rightly
Awful,
so.
isn't it?
You know,
It's
yeah.
awful, like.
Oh,
You're looking at him going, Oh jeez.
Fatherhead.
I'd just be like, put that one away anyway.
Yeah.
But we met Megan on here. She was lovely.
So back to the
girl,
OnlyFans girl that you met.
It was meant to.
And is she? So what is it? She's OnlyFans. What does that mean? Like, as in, is she like
just private stuff on her Patreon?
Yeah. So people make a lot of money off that, don't
It's
they?
naked Patreon.
Yeah,
It's here's a Patreon where you can see.
You can
It's just our
request.
Patreon.
You can request me whatever, like doing something to myself.
Yeah.
Pay me and I'll do something like that.
Yeah.
Andrew, you talked in the podcast will probably be out by now, so we can talk about it. What is her? I don't want to say limit, but what sort of stuff she does? Does she do just nude pictures? Does she do proper full-on porn?
She does a proper full-on pornography. So when I met her on the Sunday, she was flying to London to do a scene with a Jamaican porn star.
Okay.
And we asked a few. Like, I must say, it was actually really interesting to learn. Like, the woman's got her head screwed on. Like,
Well, no, I
in terms of what
imagine
she's
most
talking
of
about,
your
like.
questions were about tax returns.
I asked her about her tax return.
Yeah.
What are you declaring? Besides your arse. Yeah.
Just claim that on expenses. Now, all that kind of stuff.
What takeaways or learnings did you leave that day from thinking? Like, what was your learnings or perspective from it all when it was all?
Girl seemed to be very, very strong character.
Yeah.
Knew what she wanted, knew her boundaries, knew what she didn't like.
Yeah.
Look, this is what I do.
Yeah.
And this is what I do, and I'm going for it. I'm confident about it. I feel safe. And I was just like, well, you know what? If that's what you want to do, by all means, go for it.
Yeah.
I was actually, the way sometimes you might think, oh, this person's going to be a little bit dope, or not. I'm not saying I thought I was going in with that impression, but I was a bit like,
no.
There might be a bit like, oh, look at me, aren't I cool? I do this, and I'm like, oh, well, it's not really. But actually, she was so like, oh no, these are my no's, these are my red flags. This is what I do, and I was like, oh, you're a businesswoman.
Yeah.
Like, she was a businesswoman, like.
Yeah.
But there was a few times where, she does have 2 kids, like. Wow. And she did talk about it. One of her kids kind of knows about it, like. And I just kind of think to myself, but it's not actually out there in the public realm.
Right.
You have to subscribe
it's
to
not
it. Like.
on. Okay.
But look,
and don't get me wrong, we weren't given anything for free. We weren't shown anything like that.
Oh, you tried. You were like, if you any,
I was like, look, what?
Just a free month.
You're like, I like to research the guests before they come on.
Before I join.
Yeah, just to make sure.
Like, good like it was an interesting podcast, to be honest with you.
Yeah, look, I'm pretty liberal and open about things, and I've no judgment certainly for people that do that sort of thing. I do think it is, when you said about the 2 kids thing there, that's difficult for because obviously people can screenshot things, people can save things, people can share things in WhatsApp groups. Like, be tough if.
Oh, well, everything's leakable now, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, 100%. Like, be tough if you were in secondary school. And
I've seen your ma there on this.
Here, look at that.
And you go, but look at my fucking Gucci bag, like.
Well, these are the trade-offs you have to.
You know what I'm saying?
Fucking hell.
It's a strange one, especially if you've got kids. Like Chris is the only one here that has kids. Like,
yeah,
Chris, you couldn't. You know what I mean? It's just, your whole body changes when you become a dad. I imagine. Like,
what do you mean?
Like your whole your body, like, but the way you go about your life is kind of a bit different, isn't it? Like your mind changes.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you've different. You've different priorities, I suppose. Do you know? You're in charge of someone else's life and all that. So your body is.
That's tough going. Like,
yeah.
When sometimes I find it difficult to do my own.
Yeah, but back to this girl, right? She's very successful in what she does.
She's making a lot of money.
She's making a hell of a lot of money.
She didn't tell us what she was making, and we wouldn't ask either. It's none of our business.
It's great, though, isn't it?
I would say she's doing pretty cool. Like.
So people that would have done porn in the past, girls could have been taken advantage of and given a very small amount of money to shoot a video that goes out there to everyone anyway.
Could have been you.
It could have been me. Could have been me.
Could have been you, but now you can start an OnlyFans.
Chris could have been a washed-up male porn star at 40 on an OnlyFans going, I used to be big, I used to have a following.
Now I'm just flaccid.
Yeah. Now I'm on the Viagra, which again is from Cork. Congratulations.
Yes, exactly. There you go. That's the
Maybe there's
connection.
something in that.
Maybe there's something in your air down there. Maybe the Viagra factory's leaking a wee bit, and you get some of the residual gases, and you just are good to go. Like, you know what I mean?
good to go, mate.
Makes you good for porn. I don't know.
I worked in that factory in the
really?
in Pfizer's, yeah.
Pfizer,
when I went back to work
yeah.
there, yeah. I was working in Pfizer's for 2 years.
Get all the free gear. And
Yeah,
all,
there's a politician down there, Dick Spring. He opened one of the buildings.
Yeah.
You opened one of the buildings.
Yeah, he used to be the
I'm dead
Labour.
serious.
He was the
That's
Labour.
not- that's not a joke.
He was the leader of the Labour Party.
There's a plaque. Dick Spring
Dick
opened
Spring
this.
opened the Viagra Centre in Cork.
Not the whole thing, but one of the
One of the
buildings in there.
apartments. Just a hard bit.
He did.
He used to be the...
No.
Wasn't he like...
No way.
So
Wasn't
how would
he,
the two of us
Dick
know that?
Spring, yeah, he used to be the leader of the Labour Party, wasn't it?
I can't remember what he did. He was a politician and he opened one of the parts of Pfizer. Or something.
And he was like Taoiseach, I think, for a short time in a three-party coalition. I think this was all in the 90s, wasn't it? It was all in the 90s.
Exactly.
Oh, fucking
I
hell.
can't remember that, but he opened Dick Spring, yeah.
Oh, fuck.
Dickie
I
Spring,
mean, well, I fucking, where do you go
It's the
from
most
there?
Irish thing that was ever happened. Like,
Fucking,
He had to like cut the ribbon and stuff, and
yeah.
open.
And then everyone got like a free brochure, a free box of Viagra.
Here's our
and all that.
fucking female politician, Doot Dry. She's
You've-
opening the
you've-
menopause fucking factory here
You've taken
next
Viagra.
week.
You've taken Viagra, haven't you?
Ah, big fan. Yeah. I haven't taken one in a long time, but I took it before.
You've taken a full one?
Oh yeah, 100 milligrams. You ever take 100 mil?
No.
Whew. That'll light your
You're only
dick up
supposed to
like.
take. You're only supposed to take.
That'll
half
spring
one,
your
right?
dick.
You're supposed to take half one,
They have
right?
different doses. The 5, 20, 50, and 100.
Right.
But like so
100 is like you're 80 years old, Hugh Hefner. You're on your
Okay.
deathbed. Don't take this. I took it.
How long did it take to say go down or go away?
Do you know what? It was pretty normal, but
Was
I
it?
was left with a stinking headache.
Really?
Wow.
Wow.
I can only imagine that's what a hangover feels like. It was like I had to take all sorts of painkillers to get rid of it. Like
And then the person you were with, did they know you're taking it?
no, just just a wee fucking. I'm just gonna toilet here.
Just a wee softener, like.
How long does it take to
Harder, wee harder. Like, sorry.
I'm not doing washing. Hold on, I just put these clothes fucking in. How long does it take? What? Sorry, Chris.
how long does it take to kick in then? Like if
20
you're,
minutes,
if you're
isn't it?
taking one.
If you vet food, it takes longer. I've read
Okay.
read the medication way
About
too
20
much.
minutes. I've taken it.
Yeah, if you're on an empty stomach, 20 minutes is pretty solid. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they say take it on empty stomach.
Yeah. But it's supposed to be very bad for your heart, isn't it?
I thought it was good for your heart.
A lot of people rapping. Were they? That's what I heard as
Heart
well. Yeah.
and chest
But
problems.
I heard
yeah.
it was originally for
Pumps
your
the
heart.
blood, like, pumps the blood.
That's
so
how they accidentally discovered
Yeah,
Viagra because
they did.
Because
Yeah.
they were like, oh, we're trying to find this new heart medication.
to try and get people's hearts pumping blood around.
Yeah.
And they just pumped it somewhere else.
Yeah. I've heard of athletes and stuff dropping like a wee half of Viagra like in the middle of a game and things like that.
Why?
Really?
Just like
What?
to get the blood fucking flowing. I have.
Are you actually serious?
There's basketball players. I've seen a podcast on it. Yeah. A guy say he dropped like half a Viagra and drunk a Red Bull and was flying.
Is that legal then? Is it legal to do that? Like
I think it is because
guess
it's
a prescribed drug.
It's not. See, this is Chris's boxing background.
Yeah.
He knows all about the performance enhancing drugs, Andrew. That's why his body changed. He stopped the roids, so he did when he
That's
came
why
off
he's
the
pulled out
boxing.
of the boxing against me.
Yeah.
He hasn't, has he?
Yeah.
No, I have. I mean, I'm happy to do it today if you want. I'm available
Well, I have a
today.
feeling one person will pull out of that bout today.
And the car park. Chris is in the car park.
Chris said,
I'd love if you two
can be the
gypsy
pay-
bare
that
knuckle
can be
boxed out in the
the-
car
Joe,
park.
do like call out videos. Like,
Yeah.
I'm number one man from Cork.
The
Chris,
Patreon.
can't you hear you? But yeah, no, we could talk about that. Yeah, we were going to do a wee battle of the Cork comedians in the comedians boxing, but we don't know the date or anything yet, and it's still all.
Oh, you don't know what
Oh,
it
we
is?
said it was June.
Have you been told a date?
Yeah, but there's the date.
June
the
what?
date- the date-
You gave me a date.
Yeah, was it 26th?
26th of June.
Yeah.
That
And
might
he's
be
away on holiday.
provisional.
And
I'm
he's
on
away on
holidays.
holiday.
It might be earlier, it might be later. We don't know yet because
Okay.
they still haven't locked in a few other comedians and things like that. So, but it could be 26. But who knows? Who knows? We're still figuring it out.
I would.
We'll get you
So
a
if the
fight.
date changes, I might come back then.
We'll get you a fight. Andrew's
we
looking for a fight. You know?
I need a fight.
He needs a fight.
I just need one more fight.
He needs one more glory
fight
day
before
in him. Yeah.
I'd be terrified. But
Yeah.
I did say to him about fighting me, and then I did kind of say to him like, "Look, I'm happy to let you win. Just don't fucking destroy me." Like,
Yeah. Chris, when he talks about the fight when you're not here, it's a different story. Yeah. He's like,
See, this fucker would go in and train really hard then
oh, yeah.
and try and take my head off after telling me to take it easy on him.
The way I can compare this, so Mark McCartney and Mickey Bartlett fought last year, and they were both leading up to the entire fight.
Yeah.
Very jovial, very jokey, like we're just going to have a laugh, even talking short. And then when they got in the ring,
It's very hard.
you
Yeah.
know, fists were swinging, like they were hitting each other. And I was
Yeah.
like, it must be so difficult just to get that, like, you know, we're just sparring and playing about, but we also
But I think the
have
crowd
to-
plays a part as well, doesn't it? Like in
Well, the
terms of your
adrenaline.
adrenaline and stuff.
Yeah, you come out to some fucking big roid rage song and you fucking get the energy
Yeah.
and you think I'm gonna fucking I get you. This is what you would do, Andrew. You go, this is my. I know I agreed with Chris beforehand. I'm going to take it easy, but I can see the lights here. I can see my name. I can see. I think if I go for a knockout, imagine I knock Chris Kent out. Imagine if and then you start seeing the glory.
Well, my thing was I was thinking that maybe he knocks me down in the first, I knock him down in the second, and then we go for it in the third.
I like how you're telling the audience the plan.
Is that your idea?
That was my idea. Yeah.
Chris's face.
I was going to approach.
As soon as you said I knock him down, Chris went.
No. My idea was I would let him knock me down. I'd let him knock me down. In the first
you'd
round.
let me? Okay.
Yeah, and then he has to. Let me
Okay,
knock.
all right. So actually, we set it up like a wrestling thing, and we go.
So he knocks me down in the first. I knock him down in the second round, and in the third round, his gloves are off. Just go for it.
Yeah, gloves are off. Yeah, you bare knuckle it. Yeah,
You see what I mean?
Yes, yeah, that's good.
That was the idea, and I would expect to lose, but at least I can walk out and go, well, I fucking knocked him out. Knocked him down, didn't I?
Yeah.
At least I'd have that,
Yes, I get you.
even though I'd
get you.
lose, you know?
But me and Chris don't want you to have that. Me and Chris don't want to give you the bragging right. Of
But,
being able to
but
say-
has most of the fights been arranged now?
No, do you know what? It's a tough event to organise. Like Shane's trying at the minute, he's come back and forth because what happens is, you know, what comedians are like freaking
It's getting them all together.
getting
one
them all
time.
in the same room together is difficult. Like without a large invoice, it makes it quite easy.
Without a big incentive to be there,
Yeah,
anyways,
yeah,
because
yeah.
like you know yourself, Chris. Like if you're not working, you've got two kids at home. Like, you're like, I'm not leaving. It's very hard for me to justify leaving the house for no money. Like,
Yeah.
The speaking of working, Chris, you're supporting Frankie Boyle at the minute.
Yes.
Have you supported him before, or is this the first time you've did
beginning
like
of last year, I was
Right.
on tour. I did these Irish dates as well, and then he just asked me to do these ones.
Yeah.
And I had been like, yep. I didn't expect my own tour to get extended, so I said yes anyway. But I would have done them anyway. I'd have taken a break. So yeah, I'm doing all over Ireland with him now in January. So
I've never met him.
He's lovely. Yeah, he's really nice.
I think he followed me on Instagram recently. He watched one of my videos.
Oh, that's
he
good.
liked it, and then he followed me. I was like, I never met the man.
Yeah, he's great.
But he seems to everybody has met him and worked with him except me. Everyone I know has met him.
Yeah. The what are the gigs like? Chris, his gigs, are they like? It's weird. We're sort of spoiled a wee bit here. We're like, whenever like a local act here puts on a gig, say Andrew puts on one, Shane puts on one, Colin, whoever it is, like a big one, a Waterfront, an Opera House or whatever, the crowd are there from the get-go. Like there's no one just walking in during the support. Do you get is there many people walking in during his support?
One or two of them. I had quite a few people coming in, but that's more down to the venue, really.
I know, yeah.
It's more down to the venue. Like
I remember hearing a horror story of like, you've probably heard them yourself anyway, where like Ricky Gervais is doing the Waterfront and his support act has like 20 people out there, just like.
Yeah, and it's whatever. If 20 people are in the room, 20 people in the room, it's the 300 people or 400 people being seated that you're dealing with. That's the hard part, being a support act. But it's more down to the venue. In Cork, actually, in the Opera House this time, it was just like clearance, and I was like, oh, great, clearance. I walked out, and the fucking stalls were half empty, and they were just being seated.
Jesus.
So you just throw your first 7 or 8 minutes under the bus, and you just slag everybody that's late and stop and talk to them, you know? That's all you can do, really. But
And then by the time you get into it, it's over.
Yeah.
exactly. You might have a 10-minute set instead of a 20-minute set, but oh no, they're great. Like, I mean, it's...
Do you like his crowds and stuff?
Yeah,
Their audience are good.
they're nice. Yeah, they are.
Because I would imagine like Frankie Boyle's crowd, obviously, he's a smart guy and he's very funny. He's very sort of like, very unapologetic for his sort of.
Yeah, he's got
material.
great,
What's his material like this time?
great joke writing. It's political, but it's like accessible, and you can get the jokes really easily. You know what I mean? There's a lot of comparisons, and it's very good. Just fucking, just rapid, bang, bang, bang. Just do you know what I mean? Like really good line. So yeah.
And what's it like hanging out with him? What do you see much of him? Do you go for coffee with him? How does he?
Just hang around.
What's his engagement with you?
Turn up backstage, we have a chat, we chill out. That's it, really. Have a chat. He's very nice, very supportive.
You don't. He just does his own thing in the day. Does he?
Always plugs my tours at the end. Yeah, he does his own
that's
thing.
nice.
Yeah, always plugs my tour at the end and gives me a
good.
little boost. Like, you know, always shares my stuff on Instagram or whatever. Like, you know.
Do you ever like say to him, "Do you want to go for lunch tomorrow?"
No,
And he's never invited you for lunch or anything.
no.
I find that kind of like quite cool, but also quite.
I don't want to be that guy. That
Yeah,
kinda
that's what I'm trying to say to you. Like I did tour support for Jason Manford, and like I was with him 4 days. Only saw him at the gig.
I think that's fair enough.
That's fair enough. He's doing his own thing. It's none of my business. Like,
Yeah, I mean, you sound angry about it.
no, but there is a part like where it'd be a bit like,
You sound like you want to.
you know, like if you were with him now for 100 dates, you think one of the dates you might
I'm
go
sure.
for lunch with him, like,
Yeah, absolutely.
you know what I'm saying?
But
Come on.
we're also doing different things. Like he's just staying in different hotels and different places, and he's off up the road staying somewhere else. And I went back to Cork a few nights, like, you know, so different.
Can I ask you a question? Is he, when you say, who's booking your hotel? His agent?
Yes.
Or are you paying it yourself and sending in the receipt?
My hotel has been looked after.
No, but what I'm saying is, like, who's booking it though?
I have no idea.
Oh, you're just getting the details.
All right.
Okay.
Listen, that's not Chris's job. Chris's job is to show up and just
Show up.
So he's in Belfast at this moment now, and he's in a different hotel to you, is he?
I think he's staying.
Why are you trying to find out with Frankie Boyle?
I think he's staying somewhere else. Actually, I think he's staying
We'll
somewhere
find
else.
out later that Frankie
saying somewhere-
Boyle's been murdered.
Oh yeah,
Somewhere
Frankie
central.
Boyle is in a hotel getting offered to do gay
I'm just
porn.
found in a room just swallowing Viagra trying to kill myself.
I remember when Kevin Hart was here, and it was like he would literally. It was such an oiled operation when he would come to do a gig here, because it was like, because he's doing the Limelight, and he would do like every weekend. He would do like 3-4 gigs every weekend, and he would literally just phone them when he was leaving his hotel in the Culloden.
Right.
Not he himself, but his people would.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's very near the venue, is it? Or
So
15 minutes?
he would phone the venue would be like, right, Kevin's 15 minutes away. Fucking everyone get ready on standby, get the support act on there, blah, blah, blah. And the support act was literally flash to light. It was like Shane and Colin or whatever. And as soon as they got that light, they knew he was in the room. Get off straight away, introduce him right now.
Right.
Even if you're in the middle of like a big, long...
It doesn't
bit,
matter.
So he pulls up at Limelight, is it?
Pulls up.
He's rushed up the stairs.
Not up the... No, he doesn't go into the green room or anything.
Right.
He is literally just...
Pulls up outside the door.
Pulls up right outside the door in his big fucking van or whatever.
Stage door kind of thing, like.
Yep, yeah, and it's
Onto the
literally,
stage.
literally like shoot him up to the stage, and then as soon as it's done,
So he's walking into the room, Shane's on, and then as soon as he walks into the room, there's a flash. Okay, everyone, and he's literally just standing there, sees the walkway, and up he goes.
he doesn't even see the flash. He's in the car when the flash happens, and flash happens, and they just go, right, get him out, and Kevin starts walking, and then just walks, and then just straight up, finishes his set, straight out the back door of the stage, or where the Limelight is. There was like a wee side door, out into the car, boom, bang again, just efficient.
straight out, like just
Crazy.
in and out.
Just how the other...
How do you know
Yeah,
where people live?
I know.
Yeah.
What's Frankie like? Is he turn up for you every night? Does he go on before you at all?
No,
Or
he's
you
just
straight
on the
in?
God mic. Just on the God mic. Introduces me from the side of the stage, which I think is perfect.
Yeah, I agree.
Any acts I've gone on for like that, it's really nice when they do that, I think. Because as soon as they hear their voice, they trust them. They
Yeah.
trust that they're in their room. They can
Yeah.
relax a little bit. And they've genuinely been really nice gigs, you know what I mean? So really nice, really pleasant.
And how many more have you got left?
2 in Belfast. I have a couple in Galway, Cork, Dublin. So I can't remember, about 4 or 5 left, I think.
Jesus, brilliant.
Yeah.
Were either of you two, I'm asking this because these are both Southern comedians, either of you two approached for the Laugh Out Loud series?
No.
No.
I haven't
It was
seen
never
it.
on your horizon, never on your radar at any point?
Never. I never really done any TV at all down there. So I wasn't massively surprised. It's a strange enough concept, I think.
I haven't watched it. I've only read the odd review here or there. But I agree with you. It is a bit... I'm interested to see how it sort of... The issue is anything with TV is always not real.
There's too much control over us or something.
Too much scriptedness, staginess, too much this we need to bank like this amount of thing. You know what I mean? It's not like that. Like, we can just talk whatever we want here and fucking whatever. Like, they have certain things they have to like put in there and blah blah blah. So the idea of it, I mean, you'd probably do it if you were offered the right money or whatever. But
I don't understand why they just don't do a stand-up show, a straightforward stand-up show.
Like a
do they
Live
not
the
have
Apollo
one
or
down there?
something?
No.
No, there's nothing like that in Ireland.
Nothing.
We have a few up here. We have the Empire one, and then we
Yeah.
have one coming out with BBC that's like a bit shorter. I think it's just going straight to iPlayer though. I don't think it's going to. It's coming sometime this year. Just good to see. But again, stand up on TV never translates that well either.
No, it's a tricky one. Like, I mean, down south, I don't get approached. I mean, the only things we would kind of do if you're selling something, you go on like the 6 o'clock show or Ireland AM or whatever. Like, but
Yeah.
in terms of doing stand up on like RTE or something like that, for me, never. No, I'm just, I've never been approached and I've never asked.
Yeah.
Yeah,
To me, it's just been like whatever. Like, if if you think I'd fit, then fine, approach me. But I don't think I'm on enough people's radar for
Yeah.
me to. For them to be like, oh, we have to get him. I'd rather just keep doing what I'm doing and very happy. You know what I mean? Same to you. Is it,
Pretty much, yeah.
Same, like,
Yeah,
you know?
happy.
You both say that now, waiting 10, 15 years' time, you're both fighting it out for who's going to be the late host. I'm telling you. This is why I want. This is why I'm manifesting.
That's why
right
I'm
now.
here. I'm doing it.
I want you both to have a terrible friendship.
Can you imagine Me and Chris going in down to the final 2 for the late.
Imagine that.
We'd have to have a
box him then.
And do you know how it has to be done? He has to interview me and I have to interview him. That'll be the worst fucking interview ever.
Did you watch when Conan O'Brien was on recently? With
Yeah, I
Patrick?
saw it, yeah.
I didn't see it actually. No, it was a good.
I did, yeah.
It was really good. Conan's the best, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's just
He's like
king of that style.
Yeah. Have you ever heard about Conan's story?
No.
Have you ever heard?
No.
This is
How he made it, or what?
Yeah, this is genuinely one of the most inspiring stories in comedy. I think I think it's worth telling.
Is he adopted?
I don't think so. No,
right. I always thought he was adopted.
He is originally he has roots in Ireland.
Yeah.
But then obviously they came over to America and stuff and whatever. So Conan O'Brien in 1988, 1989 is a writer on Saturday Night Live.
Right.
And he writes during the era of Dana Carvey and Hank Sandler and Chris Farley and these sort of characters.
Chris Farley, yeah.
But he's the writer. He's not on the show. He's not in the camera.
Is he a stand-up?
Nope.
Is Conan O'Brien not even a
He's
stand-up?
just writing.
He's just a writer. He graduated from Harvard. He was he wrote for the Harvard Lampoon, which was their big sort of comedy magazine back then or whatever. He was always a writer. And then he leaves Saturday Night Live, goes and joins The Simpsons, and is a writer on The Simpsons for seasons 1 through 4, I think.
Wow.
He wrote the infamous monorail episode, if you ever remember that.
I heard about that. I did hear about that. Yeah.
And then late night, basically Johnny Carson was moving on. Jay Leno was taking over. David Letterman. There was a whole issue there. David Letterman was meant to take over the Tonight Show. Instead, it goes to Jay Leno. David Letterman then leaves his Late Show. So the Late Show's then empty. They go, who do we get to fulfill the Late Show? They go, we don't know, but put Lorne Michaels in charge of the production of it. Lorne Michaels, the producer of Saturday Night Live. Lorne's then in charge of trying to find someone for the Late Show. Is auditioned a bunch of different comedians, your usual stand-ups, actors, people who've presented before, blah, blah, blah. For a laugh, they go, what about Conan? What's he doing at the minute? And they go, he's writing for The Simpsons, whatever. Go, get him in, he might suit it, blah, blah, blah.
Wow.
Now, keep in mind, this is an unknown writer. This isn't a guy that's been on camera before. This isn't a guy who's had a background or a history of performing, blah, blah, blah. They get him in to do a pilot, and he's doing the pilot, and he's telling his colleagues at The Simpsons, guys, they've made a mistake here. They're getting me in to do the practice for the Late Show. They go, I'm so convinced I'm not going to get it that I'm not even going to take this audition that seriously. I'm just going to fuck about a little bit. Goes on, fucks about a little bit, but it's so loose and relaxed and good that they're like, actually, this is pretty good. And because he didn't put that much pressure on himself, he ends up getting called back and called back again. Then he gets a phone call as he's working for The Simpsons being like, congratulations, you're going to be the new late night host.
Wow.
And he then has to figure out, he has to get bought out of his Simpsons contract, so NBC have to buy him out of the Fox deal. And then, so it wasn't even going to happen for a certain point because they couldn't get that deal figured out. And he was nearly about to lose the biggest opportunity of his life because he was locked into a contract with the Simpsons. They do figure it out. He then goes and he has, I believe it's something along the lines of 3 months to figure out the show, get the band, get the writers, get everyone on board. And then he goes on, does the first episode. Keep in mind, when you watch these shows now, you have Jimmy Fallon who comes on, or Seth, what's the other guys? Seth Meyers, who have been established comedians for years. So when the audience see them, they go, we know him, we can trust him. Imagine going on as someone who has never been seen by the American public before.
Wow.
And you're like...
doing an interview with a massive megastar comedian.
Who did his first guest was someone like Tom Hanks or something like that. He had someone pretty big on for his first time, and that was it.
No chat show experience. No chat show
not
even
experience.
wanting to be a.
Nope.
But why did somebody call for him?
Well, Lorne Michaels knew him because he was a writer on Lorne's show for Saturday Night Live, and he wrote loads of great sketches, and Lorne found him funny and was like, what they sort of do in these casting processes, they have a bunch of front runners. They have people who tick a few boxes, and then they have
a wild card kind of thing.
They have wild cards.
Yeah.
He was essentially a wild card, an option from left field to go, let's just see what happens here. And he had been told, we're not going to give it to you, Conan, we've got someone else. That someone else, can't remember who it was, but they basically turned it down and went, no, I'm not interested anymore. And so they were like, Conan.
Wow.
There you go. But
that's
I think
insane.
And then he went on to have one of the most historical, he's the man,
The big battle with Jay Leno, do you remember that?
Yeah. One of the
What was
best
that?
times in TV
They
history.
fought. Him and Jay Leno fought
So,
over the spawn.
Jay-
Jay Leno didn't come out of it looking good, did he?
Jay Leno looks awful in it. You can look
Did
us
you
up.
hear that story?
No, I didn't hear the
man, it's
story.
brilliant.
It's a great YouTube documentary. If you're ever looking for something to watch in an airport, ever just look up Jay
yeah.
Leno and Conan O'Brien. Essentially, Jay Leno was the Tonight Show host. So
Okay.
America has
He's the Late Show. He's the Tonight Show.
NBC have these two shows. They have the Tonight Show and the Late Night Show. Tonight Show happens first at 11:30. The Late Show happens at midnight. So it's
Right.
like the next day almost, right? So the Tonight Show, Jay Leno had hosted it. Now, when he got it, he wasn't supposed to get it. It was supposed to be David Letterman that got it. He was
Okay.
promised it by Johnny Carson. NBC, the network, turned around, double turned on David Letterman, said, no, we're giving it to Jay. Dave Letterman leaves the network and goes over to CBS, does his own late show there. NBC are left with Jay Leno and Conan O'Brien then. 10 years on in the year, or maybe a little bit more. Yeah, so in 2004, I believe, or 2004, Jay Leno makes an announcement. He says, hey, I've did this show for 10 years. I think it's only fair I pass it on to the next guy. The next guy's Conan O'Brien. In 5 years' time, so he makes an announcement, 5 years.
Okay.
He says, in 5 years' time, Conan gets the show. And he does this all live on TV.
Right.
NBC are like, great, they have a handshake on TV. It's a big, great moment. 5 years goes on. Conan takes over the Tonight Show. Jay Leno moves on. They actually give Jay Leno his own talk show at an earlier time, like 8 o'clock or something like that. It's called the Jay Leno Talk Show. Doesn't do that well. Conan takes over the Tonight Show. 6 months in the Tonight Show of Conan O'Brien, NBC see that the ratings dip a little bit, but what they don't realize is the demographic has changed. The ratings in the between 25 and 35 have actually went up.
Yes.
But between 35 and 55
They
have
dropped
went
off
down.
a bit.
But so they're not looking at it the right way. Either way, NBC freak out a little bit and go, we're getting cold feet. Why don't we... Their original pitch to Conan was, let's move the Tonight Show to midnight.
Okay.
And Jay Leno's show goes to 11:30. And Conan was like, well, that's what we already had. I had late night at midnight and Conan or Jay Leno. So what's the Tonight Show? His argument was the Tonight Show is not the Tonight Show if it's not on tonight. And he was like, this has been an establishment for 10, 20, 50 years. He's like, I would not disrespect the show like that. So I'm not going to agree to it. So then NBC, Conan, Jay get in. And Jay should have backed off and went, no, you're right, Conan, that's the right thing to do. Instead, Jay went, no, I want the Tonight Show back. And so Jay Leno then took the Tonight Show back. Conan got bought out of his deal. I think he made something like 50 million or something to get
Wow.
bought out
Jesus.
of it. And
Did he get given back either show then or not?
he left NBC and went
Okay.
on to TBS to present his own show, Conan, for loads of years, and it did really, really well. But the Conan basically got screwed in the entire deal.
Fuck.
And one thing about Conan was in the original writer's strike in 2006, I believe. He was the only late night show to pay all his staff throughout the entire strike.
Oh, wow. Heard that, yeah. I did
He
hear
seems
that.
like a really decent fella.
He is
But
a
Jay
decent
Leno
fella, yeah.
doesn't seem...
No.
Yeah, was it something about him robbing jokes as well or something? About
You
Jay
hear
Leno?
that the odd time,
Yeah.
yeah. I heard that about Robin Williams too. Apparently,
Yeah,
there's a
same,
whole
yeah.
YouTube video about just bits that he took from whatever.
Just lifting.
It's funny, isn't it?
Well, you often hear a lot about comics.
Yeah, lifting.
Famous comics lifting. Like,
Yeah.
And they're going to go, what are
So
they going to do? Like,
uncomfortable.
I know.
what are they going to do? Like, I'm so famous, I can't be taken down.
I know that's tricky, isn't it? Like that's annoying. Like you
know the kind of way, like-
nothing you can do about it.
Yes.
You know, like Amy Schumer was
Yeah.
done, wasn't she? And they played the old clips
Yeah.
of the old comics doing the
Yeah.
material, say, in the mid-90s.
Yeah.
And then it's literally word for word. And then her excuse was, I work with a team of writers.
Oh, yeah, the usual.
So it's not my problem. I'm given these jokes to tell. I don't check them. I just say them.
Did either of you watch Joe Coy at the Emmys?
No, I did Google it the other night to watch it. And then something happened. I never watched it.
Fuck, it's tough.
So
Is
he,
it bad?
he died in his arse, basically. It's not the environment for comedy, though, is it? It's
But that's why I think he died on his arse.
a tough gig. It's a
he's
corporate, like.
It's essentially a corporate, but live on
Live.
TV, and will always be recorded, and will
Yeah.
always be like. I really want us to talk about this,
Yeah.
but before we do, we're going to do it over on the Patreon, patreon.com/Cork in the North. Come finish off the conversation, and we'll talk about more stuff. We'll talk about illegal things. We'll talk about things that would get us cancelled. Andrew and Chris are going to have a live boxing fight at the end of the Patreon episode out in the car park. So if you want to sign up and see that, you know where to go. See us all in the second half.